That familiar feeling. You're deep in slumber, dreaming peacefully. And then suddenly, without warning, your eyes snap open. You glance at the clock. And there it is, stark and unblinking, 3:17 a.m. or 3:45. Or maybe it's consistently 3:00 a.m. on the dot. Night after night, you try to drift back off. But your mind starts racing, replaying conversations, worrying about tomorrow's tasks, or simply wondering why on earth you're awake when the world outside is still quiet. It's a frustrating, exhausting cycle. Isn't it? You might even tell yourself, "Oh, it's just my age." But what if I told you that the answer to why you keep waking up at this exact time isn't just about getting older? What if there's a deeper, more surprising reason? A secret lurking beneath the surface of your nightly routine. The constant disruption to your sleep can leave you feeling sluggish, irritable, and even impact your memory and mood throughout the day. It's a painful reality for so many of us, feeling like we're losing control over something as fundamental as a good night's rest. But it doesn't have to be this way. In this video, we're going to uncover some truths about your 3 a.m. wake-up calls, looking at several simple yet powerful adjustments you can make to your daily habits and even your mindset. That will help you reclaim your precious sleep. Believe me, the answer might just shock you. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Now, let's start digging into the core of why those early morning wake-up calls might be happening. The first area we need to explore, and one that often goes overlooked, is something happening inside your body while you sleep. Your blood sugar levels. Think about it. Our bodies are incredibly complex machines, constantly working, even when we're completely still and dreaming. And like any machine, they need fuel. If your blood sugar dips too low during the night, your body perceives this as an emergency. It's a signal that something isn't right. And as a survival mechanism, it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline to raise your blood sugar back up. These hormones, while helpful in a real crisis, are exactly what you don't want coursing through your veins when you're trying to stay asleep. They are stimulants. They're designed to wake you up and get you moving, not to keep you nestled comfortably in your bed. And guess what? This surge often happens right around that 3 a.m. mark, several hours after your last meal, especially if that meal was carb-heavy or sugary. So, what does this look like in practice? Imagine you have a lovely dinner, perhaps pasta, bread, or a dessert. Your blood sugar goes up, your body releases insulin to bring it down, and all seems well. But if that sugar peak was too high, the subsequent drop can be quite dramatic. Or, if your dinner was too light, or consumed too early, your body simply runs out of easily accessible fuel. You might also be someone who enjoys a late-night snack, perhaps some cookies or ice cream. While it might feel comforting in the moment, that sugar rush sets you up for an inevitable crash a few hours later, precisely when your body is craving steady energy. The solution here isn't about rigid diets or skipping meals. It's about balance and timing. Consider what you're eating for your evening meal and any snacks before bed. Focus on foods that provide a slow, sustained release of energy. Think about incorporating more protein, healthy fats, and fiber into your dinner. For instance, a piece of baked salmon with a generous serving of roasted vegetables and a small amount of quinoa can keep your blood sugar much more stable through the night than a large bowl of sugary cereal or a pizza. The protein and healthy fats help slow down the digestion of carbohydrates, preventing those sharp peaks and valleys in your blood sugar. If you feel genuinely hungry before bed, instead of reaching for something sweet or starchy, try a small handful of almonds, a dollop of Greek yogurt, or even a hard-boiled egg. These options offer protein and healthy fats that will help stabilize your blood sugar without causing an overnight roller coaster. Another common culprit that ties into this blood sugar issue, and also directly impacts sleep, is alcohol. While a nightcap might seem like it helps you fall asleep faster, it actually interferes with the quality of your sleep later in the night. Alcohol is processed as sugar in your body, leading to a similar blood sugar fluctuation. Plus, It's a diuretic, meaning it makes you need to use the restroom more frequently. So, cutting back on evening alcohol, or even avoiding it entirely, especially close to bedtime, can make a surprising difference. Think about how your body feels after certain meals. Do you feel a sugar crash a few hours later? Pay attention to those signals. Making these gentle shifts in your evening food and drink choices isn't about deprivation. It's about nourishing your body in a way that supports deep, uninterrupted sleep. It's about providing steady fuel so your internal alarm clock, which is sensitive to those blood sugar dips, doesn't feel the need to jolt you awake. Now that we've discussed how our diet impacts our sleep and those sneaky 3 a.m. wake-ups, let's move on to an equally powerful, yet often underestimated factor: the silent stress that might be keeping you on edge, beyond what you eat. Another huge factor contributing to those frustrating 3 a.m. wake-up calls is stress. Specifically, the silent, simmering kind that many of us carry without even fully realizing it. Our bodies don't distinguish between the stress of a looming deadline and the stress of a genuine threat. They respond with the same ancient fight-or-flight mechanism. This means a release of cortisol, our primary stress hormone. While cortisol is essential during the day for energy and alertness, we ideally want its levels to be low and peaceful at night, allowing our bodies to rest and repair. However, if you're carrying a lot of unresolved stress or worry, your cortisol levels might remain elevated or even surge, especially in the early morning hours. This is a common pattern. Cortisol naturally begins to rise a bit in the early morning to prepare you for waking. But for those with chronic stress, this rise can be exaggerated or mistimed, causing you to pop awake well before your alarm. It's as if your internal worry meter is stuck in the on position, signaling your body to be vigilant even when you're safe in your bed. So, how do we quiet this internal alarm bell? It's not always about eliminating stress entirely. That's often impossible, but about managing our reaction to it and creating a calmer internal environment before sleep. One incredibly effective strategy is establishing a wind-down routine in the evening. Just as a baby needs to be gently prepared for sleep, so do we. This isn't just about turning off the lights. It's about signaling to your brain that it's time to shift gears from active engagement to rest. This could involve stepping away from screens at least an hour before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs can suppress melatonin, our natural sleep hormone, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Instead, try reading a physical book, listening to calming music, or doing some gentle stretching. Creating a consistent, calming routine trains your body to recognize these cues as signals for sleep, making the transition smoother and more predictable. Another powerful tool for managing stress is practicing mindfulness or gentle meditation. You don't need to be a guru to do this. Simply taking a few minutes before bed to focus on your breath can make a world of difference. Lie in bed, close your eyes, and just notice your breath flowing in and out. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. This simple practice helps to calm your nervous system, lower your heart rate, and reduce that cortisol surge. Think of it as hitting the reset button on your internal stress response. Journaling can also be incredibly therapeutic. If your mind races with worries as soon as your head hits the pillow, try writing them down about an hour before bed. Getting those thoughts out of your head and onto paper can often diffuse their power and prevent them from keeping you awake. It's like clearing out the clutter in your mind, leaving more space for peace. Consider also your environment. Is your bedroom truly a sanctuary for sleep? Is it dark enough? Even small amounts of light from streetlights or digital clocks can disrupt your sleep cycle. Is it quiet? Background noise, even if you're used to it, can keep your brain on alert. And is it cool enough? Our bodies sleep best in a slightly cooler environment, typically between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius. Small adjustments here, like blackout curtains, earplugs, or simply adjusting your thermostat, can significantly improve sleep quality. Finally, let's talk about that surprising element I mentioned. Often, the reason we wake up at 3 a.m. with a racing mind isn't just the stress of the day. It can be deeper. It can be unresolved emotional issues, unspoken anxieties about the future, or even a sense that something is missing or unfulfilled in our lives. When the distractions of the day fade, these subconscious worries often surface. It's a wake-up call from within, urging you to pay attention to something you might be avoiding during your waking hours. This kind of internal unrest can be far more disruptive than any physical discomfort. Recognizing this and gently exploring what might be truly bothering you, perhaps through reflection or even talking to a trusted friend or professional, can be the most profoundly shocking and liberating discovery of all. It transforms the frustrating 3 a.m. wake-up into an opportunity for growth and deeper self-understanding. Next, we'll dive into how your daily physical activity and your nightly hydration habits might also be playing a hidden role in those early morning awakenings. As we continue our journey to understanding why you keep waking up at 3 a.m., let's consider two more crucial elements that might be secretly undermining your sleep: your daily physical activity and your hydration habits. It might seem counterintuitive to think that what you do during the day affects your sleep at 8 hours later. But our bodies thrive on rhythm and balance. When it comes to physical activity, it's not about becoming a marathon runner overnight, especially for those of us over 60. It's about consistent, moderate movement. Think of it this way: our bodies are designed to move. If we spend too much of our day being sedentary, our internal systems, including our sleep-wake cycle, can become a bit confused. A body that hasn't expended much energy during the day might not feel the natural urge to rest deeply at night. It's like trying to fall asleep when you've had a nap that was too long. Your body simply isn't tired enough to settle into truly restorative slumber. So, what's the right amount of movement? Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate activity most days of the week. This could be a brisk walk in your neighborhood, dancing to your favorite music, gardening, or even a gentle swim. The key is consistency and finding something you enjoy so it doesn't feel like a chore. The benefits are tremendous. Regular physical activity not only helps you fall asleep faster, but also improves the quality of your sleep, leading to more deep, restorative phases. It also helps regulate your internal body clock, reinforcing that natural rhythm of being active during the day and resting at night. However, timing is also important. Avoid intense exercise too close to bedtime, as this can elevate your heart rate and body temperature, making it harder to wind down. Try to get your main activity in the morning or early afternoon, giving your body plenty of time to cool down and relax before bed. A gentle stroll after dinner is perfectly fine and can even aid digestion, but intense cardio at 9 p.m. might keep you wide awake. Now, let's shift our focus to something seemingly simple but surprisingly impactful: hydration. Many people who wake up at 3 a.m. feeling the urge to use the restroom immediately think, "I must drink less water." While it's true that excessive fluid intake right before bed can lead to nighttime bathroom trips, the problem isn't always about too much water. Sometimes, it's about the wrong timing or even dehydration throughout the day. If you don't drink enough water during the day, your body might become slightly dehydrated. When you finally do drink, perhaps in the evening, your body might try to quickly process and excrete fluids to rebalance itself, leading to those inconvenient nocturnal awakenings. Furthermore, some studies suggest that mild dehydration can impact the production of melatonin, making it harder for you to stay asleep. The solution isn't to cut off fluids entirely after a certain hour, which can lead to other health issues, but to redistribute your fluid intake more effectively throughout the day. Aim to drink most of your water, herbal teas, and other healthy fluids steadily from morning until early evening. Sip water consistently rather than chugging large amounts at once. As a general guideline, try to reduce your fluid intake about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body ample time to process the fluids before you settle in for the night. And if you wake up thirsty during the night, a small sip of water is perfectly fine, but try to avoid a large glass. Also, pay attention to diuretics in your diet beyond just alcohol. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, and some sodas, is a diuretic and should ideally be avoided in the late afternoon and evening. So, consider your daily routine. Are you moving enough to truly tire your body in a healthy way? And are you hydrating smart? Rather than just drinking randomly, these subtle shifts can create a ripple effect, making those 3 a.m. wake-up calls less frequent. Next, we'll summarize these vital points and bring everything together with that final, most surprising piece of the puzzle. We've covered quite a bit, haven't we? From the sneaky role of unstable blood sugar, which can trigger those stress hormones and jolt you awake, to the often overlooked impact of daily stress and the crucial need for a calming wind-down routine. We've also explored how getting the right amount of physical activity during the day and managing your hydration intelligently can profoundly influence your sleep quality. Each of these elements, while seemingly small on its own, interweaves to create the tapestry of your sleep. When one thread is loose, the whole fabric can feel disrupted, leading you right back to that frustrating 3 a.m. clock stare. Remember, it's not about perfection overnight. It's about gentle, consistent changes. If you've been waking up at 3 a.m. for years, you won't magically sleep through the night after one healthy meal or one meditation session. But by slowly adjusting your evening meals to include more protein and healthy fats, you'll help stabilize your blood sugar. By creating a peaceful pre-sleep routine, perhaps reading, listening to soft music, or just focusing on your breath, you'll gently signal to your brain that it's time to switch off the day's worries. By ensuring you get enough moderate activity during the day, you'll give your body the healthy fatigue it craves for deep rest. And by adjusting your fluid intake to mostly earlier in the day, you can reduce those urges to visit the bathroom in the middle of the night. Think of it as giving your body and mind the tools they need to truly relax and stay asleep. But here's the biggest surprise, the one I promised would shock you often. The deepest reason for those persistent 3 a.m. wake-ups isn't just a physical imbalance or a simple bad habit. It's a profound call from your subconscious. This is the quiet hour, when the world is still and your defenses are down. It's when your inner self, stripped of the day's distractions and responsibilities, tries to get your attention. It might be an unresolved emotion you've pushed aside, a deep-seated worry about your purpose or direction, or even an unacknowledged longing for connection or meaning in your life. This isn't about guilt or failure. It's about opportunity. Your body is incredibly wise, and sometimes those early morning awakenings are its way of nudging you towards something you need to address, something that will ultimately bring you more peace and fulfillment. It's the universe, or your own inner wisdom, giving you a chance to reflect, to plan, or to simply acknowledge what truly matters to you. The shocking truth is that your 3 a.m. wake-up isn't always a problem to be fixed, but a message to be heard. Maybe it's time to start journaling right when you wake up at that hour, not just to vent your worries, but to explore what deeper themes are emerging. What thoughts consistently come to mind? What feelings are present? Is there a sense of unfulfilled potential, an unaddressed conflict, or a dream you've put on hold? Taking a few moments in that quiet darkness to truly listen to what your inner self is trying to tell you can be the most transformative step. It could lead you to a new hobby, a rekindled friendship, a deeper spiritual practice, or even a shift in perspective that brings immense peace. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your health and happiness. You have the power to reclaim your nights and wake up feeling refreshed and ready to embrace each day. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being present, kind to yourself, and committed to your own well-being. I truly hope this video has given you some valuable insights and actionable steps to take control of your sleep and your life. What are your experiences with waking up at 3 a.m.? Have you tried any of these strategies? Or do you have others that have worked for you? Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story might just be the inspiration someone else needs. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to our channel for more practical tips and encouraging content to help you live your best life at every age.